Hi guys, welcome back to another video where I'm making some more sets for my version of the Tomb of Horrors. I don't really have a name for this set, but basically it's going to be a room full of puzzles, traps and doors. So maybe leave some ideas down below guys on what you think I should call this room. As most of these sets are going to look like they're in sort of the dungeon of a castle, they're going to start off all the same. So basically taking some of this foam board, gluing it onto a bit of hardboard, just obviously so it's a nice strong base, and then measuring out 25cm squares, as obviously this is the size of the base for all the characters. So this makes it easy to sort of move the characters around and knowing how far certain spells and sort of things can work basically. And then grabbing my board of tin foil, I can obviously easily add some texture to the base, just because this makes some nice indentations, but obviously they're nice and irregular, which is pretty cool. So yeah, roll that all over the place and it gives you a reasonably good sort of looking texture. But then what I like to do after that is get a pen and basically almost like scribble all over it. I don't go down too deep, so it just basically sort of cracks the top, just to make the tiles look like they've been worn, damaged, and obviously seen better days. And then just to make it look even more rougher, as I like this dungeon to look like it's been here for like hundreds of years, I get one of my sharp little tools and basically just sort of like drag it and cut into it. And yeah, this just sort of pops out bits of the polystyrene. So pretty cool, eh? So next thing we'll do is obviously the walls, and like I did in the last video, I've already measured out sort of some lines on this, just so when I do my sort of rough looking squares, they don't go sort of all too wibbly wobbly or at weird angles basically. And this just helps it look a little bit uniformed, but still a bit irregular. And it seems to work really well. Obviously it takes quite a while to do, but that's fine. It's something I enjoy doing, as I enjoy the end result, and obviously I enjoy the process as well. So once that's roughly done, then obviously get the pen and go firmly in, just making nice sort of lines so you can sort of see the sort of the grout that would be in between the bricks, basically. If you guys got any ideas of how to do sort of stone brickwork, again, let me know in the description, because I am trying out new things, as obviously I am sort of moving away from the Warhammer stuff into more and more D&D stuff, as this is a game I am now actually playing. So as you can see, this board's been split in half. So I'm going to make two sort of bits to this. So obviously this is the one I'm working on at the moment, and I've got the other side, which, well, I've got a rough idea what I'm going to do on it, but that'll be for another week. So yeah, so carry on with this one. And obviously in the little gaps, I like to put some polyfiller in, just so it sort of blends the wall and the floor a bit more together, and doesn't look like it is obviously made of, well, separate pieces basically. So yeah, good old grout. I mean, I love this stuff. Obviously in America, I think it's called spackle. But yeah, us Brits in the UK, good old grout. I will be buying a bigger pot of this because I just use it all over the place. And then using my Anycubic Photon Mono printer, yeah, print out loads of bits and pieces that I need. I know a lot of you guys might be saying, oh, well, you can make the bits that go inside, and it's like, well, yeah, I could do, but I've got a 3D printer, so why not use that to its best ability and print out some bits. Obviously, the main focus of the 3D printer is to print out figures. Obviously, that is something I can't make. But yeah, some of these things, I like to print them out as well, just because obviously, well, I think they look pretty cool. And certainly probably a lot better than I could make out of bits of balsa wood. And that's for sure. Like take these little lanterns, making something like this so small, doable I guess, toothpicks and that kind of thing. But yeah, now why bother doing all that little fiddly stuff when I can just print it out. But here is obviously one thing I do want to make, and that's the Great Green Devil. Obviously quite sort of known well for D&D people, as obviously it's on quite a few things, and I'm making this out of Super Sculpey, so that's why I put it on a sheet of glass, because obviously the glass I can then place in the oven. It just makes it easier to sort of move this about, as well as you can see here, it gives me the rough idea of the size that I need to make, which is pretty handy. So yeah, good old Sculpey. I don't really do much with this, although I think I probably will start using it more because it is fun and easy to use. And obviously, yeah, say I use the 3D printer for most stuff, but there are some bits that obviously are fun to sort of hand make, and this certainly was one of them. Yeah, basically just sort of building it up bit by bit, adding bits, using the tools, smoothing bits out until I get sort of the desired sort of look and effect. Basically, I've gone for the ball bearings as eyes just because it makes it easier now when I'm doing these sort of fiddly bits around the eyes, just so you don't basically squish it. And obviously using the ball bearings, that can go in the oven, and that's fine. So when this is all done, basically I put it in the oven, I think I put it on relatively low heat for about 15 minutes. And that seemed to sort of do the trick. But yeah, obviously the good thing with the Sculpey is you can sort of like just add bits on and obviously take bits off. So it really is quite an easy medium to use. And yeah, I guess I will be using more of it to sort of make sort of one-off bits and pieces. Yeah, so there we go. That's nice and rock hard now, so it doesn't take long. And yeah, I'm pleased with how it's come out. It's got a nice flat back, so it'll glue well to the wall. And for my first sort of piece that I've sculpted for this sort of stuff, D&D and all that, yeah, very pleased with how it's come out. So now it's just a case of adding all the bits and pieces. So basically this is going to be a room full of traps, puzzles, and as you can see, doorways. So yeah, obviously a variety of doorways that are 3D printed out, and they all just get glued in place. So as mentioned, this is going to be my version of the Tomb of Horrors. So it really is going to be sort of quite a game you're going to have to think about. There will obviously be mobs in here to fight, but it is more puzzle solving, watching out for traps, and making the right decisions, I guess. So again, to help sort of make it look sort of so it is old and worn and all the rest of it, dabbing bits of glue here and there, but especially in the bits that I've been sort of cutting out, and then getting some little stones and just basically sprinkling them even where needed. And there we go, giving a good old primer, and now it's ready for painting. So I'm using these. These came from Army Painter and are great to obviously use as the sort of the base sort of colours for the stone walls, basically stone walls and floors. And with all of this, I'm doing some dry brushing. So I'm using both these colours just because obviously it'll help give a bit more sort of difference in the look of the thing. I'm going to be trying out some new techniques soon on sort of painting the walls and the floor as well. So look out for them ones, guys. And yeah, good old washes. Obviously, everyone knows I just love washes. So just basically putting this on, mainly in the gaps really, just to make obviously them look a bit darker, a bit more worn. But yeah, basically no real sort of thought to this. This is just almost going anywhere and everywhere. Again, it's all about having fun really, making something that you want to use afterwards, but enjoying the process with all the painting and the building, and yeah, having fun. That's what this hobby's all about basically. And the great thing with these washes, obviously in this kind of build, it really does make everything look older, more distressed, and yeah, certainly not nice and neat and straight off the press sort of thing. So yeah, there's just a case then of going around, painting in all the other little bits and pieces, say the doorways. And I think this is a doorway you might see quite a lot. Only because I printed off quite a few different doors, but this one's my favourite. As in I love the stone archway, I love the stone sort of surround to it, but the actual inside is the woodiest look door that I've got basically. So did any of you guys ever play the Tomb of Horrors? I'll have to admit, when I used to play this game back in the early 80s, all the games I ever played were like homebrew ones. Yeah, so me and my mates never actually bought any of the sort of modules that you could get. We obviously made up all our own sort of versions. So I never actually played this one. Obviously I'm having a good old read up of it now, just because I've always wanted to do a campaign or a one shot that is just basically full of traps, puzzles, and possibly deaths. So yeah, so that's why in this room, obviously I'm painting the floors different colours. Again, this is obviously going to be part of a puzzle, trap or whatever else. Obviously I don't want to give too much away because I know the people I'm going to be playing this with could possibly be watching this video. So yeah, I'm not going to give anything away of what it's actually going to sort of be entailed in this, other than be wary of where you go. So obviously a few more bits to put in here now. It's pretty much done, and that's these little skeletons that again 3D printed, and yeah, the quality of the 3D prints are just amazing. So guys, if you're interested in getting a 3D printer, link in the description, but check out any Cubic. So I use the Photon Mono. It's a real big base plate, you can print off loads of things at once, and the quality is just fantastic. And again, these little figures are from the Artisan Guild, a link in the description to those too, and they can be found over at my mini factory, alongside loads of other great model makers. And as you can see, I'm changing the bases now on all these figures. I'm putting them on clear bases, just so when I put them on my my little sets that I've made, you can still see the base, which is pretty cool. So yeah, overall, really happy with this. Still quite a few more sets to build. I'm not obviously going to give anything away about what I'm building and why I'm building it, but yeah, new set probably coming out every week, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you to all my patrons, as well as the sponsors, for helping making it possible for me to sort of keep making these videos and obviously buying the materials I need to build stuff. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave comments down below, hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye for now.